Live from WTVO Rockford and your home team, Eyewitness News at 5 starts now.
In my 11 plus years in distribution, I've never quite seen anything like this.
It's a workers' market as state-line businesses scramble to fill open positions left by the pandemic. The lengths some organizations are taking to find the right candidates.
Janesville police investigate after a mom finds a stranger in her home. She has a message for the intruder, who she says made her feel unsafe in her own space.
And looking to finish your high school degree? Details on a free GED program sponsored by a state-line nonprofit all about career success. Good evening, I'm Mimi Murphy.
And I'm Eric Wilson. Some severe thunderstorms rolled through parts of the state line this afternoon.
Candace has been keeping you up to date during it all. Let's check back in with her for a quick update.
Yeah, guys, meteorologist Joy Marino was here earlier this afternoon when the first initial severe thunderstorm warnings came out for Rock County, Walworth County, and then eventually into Boone and McHenry counties. That line of thunderstorms was quick to turn severe and rolled through very quickly earlier today. It wasn't something that everybody had, but for most of us, we had some at least shower thunderstorm activity. All of that now continues to work on to the southeast with numerous severe thunderstorm warnings south and well south of Chicago. This is all going to continue to move out towards Indiana and Michigan here as we go through this evening. We look a little bit further upstream, much more quiet, still on the windy side, and you still feel a little bit of that humidity, but the evening is going to stay fairly quiet. The storm reports we had mostly from today, hail reports, anywhere from P up to quarter-sized hail, ping pong ball sized hail, even golf ball sized hail. Some reports coming in from Boone and McHenry County, in and around the Compton area, and even around Dixon, I should say, in northwest Lee County. Here's a picture from some ping pong ball sized hail in the Compton area there in Lee County. Jerry and Linda Hartz shared this picture. This is from some hail that's just under a quarter sized up in Rockton, and this is what the storm looked like there in Lee County. You can actually see a little bit of spin and kind of that rotation with that thunderstorm from earlier today. Now it's smooth sailing, guys, through this evening. I'll have more on the cool down and the return of some summer-like weather. That's coming up here in the full forecast a little later.
Some pretty impressive pictures. Thanks, Candace.
Today, millions of Americans are making new budgets for themselves after federal unemployment benefits expired on Monday.
With many people looking for work once again, local businesses are eager to hire. Michelle Rave joins us now. And Ogle County said he's being pretty aggressive connecting those workers with potential employees.
The extra federal benefits people were getting on unemployment are gone. And if you're now looking for a new career, the city of Rochelle is making it easy.
In my time, I've never seen a hiring market like this before.
Beth Brown is the general manager at Lineage Logistics, a cold storage distribution center. It's just one of dozens of companies in the state line struggling to find employees.
Currently, we're seeing slow applications. We're seeing folks maybe sign up for an interview but not come to the interview. So really just need to get people in the door.
The city of Rochelle knows this is a major issue.
Talked about in our development department about what can we do for our local businesses. We had a couple of meetings with industries and commercial businesses, decided what they needed, and we decided to take action and make it happen for them.
On September 16th, the city is hosting a job fair with 43 employers from several different industries.
And it's a wide range of companies, everything from Lineage Logistics we just talked to Walmart, to McDonald's, tech companies like Panoptic Solutions. We have the Rochelle Community Hospital, the schools. We just have a wide variety of jobs, something for everyone.
Lineage Logistics is doing what it can to entice workers, like boosting pay and offering some extra perks.
And then the other piece is to hire. So we're offering referral bonuses, sign-on bonuses, just to get people in the door.
The hope is to fill the open positions while attracting workers to the city.
There's going to be a room for off-site interviews, so many people can come and get a job hopefully right on the spot.
The Hiring Expo is at the Rochelle High School next Thursday from 2:30 to 5:30. To find more information on the employers there, you can find that on mystateline.com. Mimi?
All right, thanks, Michelle. A Rockford man's arrested, accused of breaking into a home and hurting someone over the holiday weekend. This happened around 2 Sunday afternoon at the home on South 6th Street. When investigators arrived, the suspect was gone. Moments later, police tracked down Clarence GOSTON's van and took him into custody. He faces home invasion charges, criminal trespass, and battery charges.
A Janesville woman wakes up to find a stranger in her home. She still doesn't know why he was there.
Rachel Perry met with the homeowner today, and Rachel, the victim, says she feels violated and is losing sleep over this.
Yeah, Mimi and Eric, the woman tells me she's afraid to be inside her home right now. She says the intruder didn't take anything, which is making her question what he was really there for.
And it's just scary.
Megan Schutte was nearly asleep Sunday night in the Janesville home she shares with her boyfriend when she felt something was off.
And I finally got the courage to look, and the first time I looked, it was just kind of a peek. I hardly moved, and that's when I saw the person standing there at our bedroom door.
Calling what she saw straight out of a movie.
I sat up, and that's when he took off. I woke Brody up. I said, somebody is in our house. And that's when he went flying up the stairs. And when he got up the stairs, both of these doors were open.
Megan believes the intruder entered through the back door, passing the bedroom of her 5- and 7-year-old boys.
So at the top of the stairs, you see 2 sleeping children, and I'm just shocked that somebody still proceeds to go down the stairs. My motherly instinct tells me that he was there on some creepy, weird stuff.
Janesville police are looking into it, but Megan tells me her home just doesn't feel safe.
It's scary. And it sucks to be afraid in your own home.
Now she has this message for the intruder.
His action has a bigger impact than what he thinks. And maybe he doesn't care, maybe he'll never care, but I still hope that he doesn't have to go through it, because I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy.
The Janesville Police Department tells me they're hoping to get fingerprints off a drink can the man left behind. If you have any information about this, call police. Eric?
Rachel, thanks for that story. Boone County community members looking to finish their high school education now have another option. Goodwill Industries of Northern Illinois expanded its free GED program to Belvedere. Good Grads helps students prepare for and complete the GED exam through interactive learning and one-on-one training. The program is open to students of all levels. The session runs through December 16th. Find a link to register using the My State Line app. More Illinois firefighters are taking equipment to Louisiana to help people coping with flooding and power outages.
Nearly 70 firefighters from about 30 different departments are part of a strike team that will help fill in for other fire departments in Louisiana. While this crew is heading out, another group is coming home. About 50 firefighters returned after spending 6 days in the New Orleans area. They were part of the Illinois Urban Search and Rescue Team and spent about a week in Louisiana after Hurricane Ida hit. Crews handed out food, water, and oxygen while paving the way for more help to come in.
FEMA could help people and bring in Red Cross and everyone else. They need to know where the areas are that are most severely damaged. So that's kind of our effort, and our job is to report that back.
Firefighters will be deployed for more than 2 weeks.
Fallout over the Texas law banning abortions after 6 weeks continues. The ban does not provide exceptions for rape or incest. Other states now say they are considering similar bans.
Speaker Nancy Pelosi said the U.S. House will vote on a bill to protect access to abortions. Alexandra Limon has details on that bill as she keeps you connected to the nation's capital.
California Congresswoman Judy Chu says she was stunned the Supreme Court allowed the Texas law banning abortions after 6 weeks to take effect.
A very disturbing and chilling feeling.
She says that's why it's necessary for Congress to pass her Women's Health Protection Act, known as WIPA,
to provide abortion care free from medically unnecessary restrictions.
Abortion rights advocates say bans don't decrease the number of abortions. Instead, they increase unsafe abortions, especially for those who can't afford to travel to where the procedure is legal.
So it'll truly have a chilling effect on those who have the least resources.
While expected to pass in the U.S. House, WIPA is unlikely to get the 60 votes needed in the Senate. To protect abortion rights, Democrats could also eliminate the filibuster or expand the Supreme Court, but those options are also unlikely. The U.S. Attorney General said in a statement that the Justice Department is exploring all options to challenge the Texas abortion ban. Even Republicans who oppose abortion, like Congressman Adam Kinzinger, are hesitant to support the Texas ban.
What I don't like to see is this idea of every citizen being able to tattle, sue an Uber driver.
But state lawmakers in other states say they're considering implementing similar bans. In Washington, Alexandra Limon.
Now, your first warn weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
A little more quiet for us this evening following a line of severe thunderstorms that came through for some, producing some pretty sizable hail across southern Wisconsin and northern Illinois. Our skies for the most part have cleared out. We still have some cumulus clouds on the backside of that cold front, and you probably noticed the wind shifting around from the southwest we had earlier today, now coming in from the northwest, a sign that that cold front has passed through. You can see how rapidly those thunderstorms were really quick to develop here and extending further to the southwest. Now all that severe thunderstorm activity remains south of Chicago, moving in towards Indiana. Had a few additional showers and thunderstorms across parts of McHenry and DeKalb counties earlier here once we got rid of some of the thunderstorms from the initial line that came through, but we are going to stay nice and clear here as we go through the night tonight. That cold front passing to the east of us, tied into an area of low pressure that's well to the north in Canada this evening. That is going to stay to the north, but you see some of these showers kind of popping up in Wisconsin and Minnesota. As we get that disturbance that comes through during the day tomorrow, we might get a few more clouds that kind of build up for the afternoon, and I'm not going to completely rule out the chance for a sprinkle towards the late afternoon and evening. 82 our temperature in Rockford, 81 in Freeport, 78 in Monroe. We're starting to see those temperatures drop a little more to the northwest now that that cooler, drier air is beginning to move in. Ben, our weather watcher in South Beloit, 79. Dew Point, though, still at 64, 4/10 of an inch of rain. We've got 82 for Ken and Belvedere. Same temperature for Bob here on the southeast end of Rockford, and had just 1/10 of an inch of rain. So not a lot, not enough to really kind of put a dent in the drought deficit that we are dealing with here across much of the area. Winds sustained from the northwest at about 10 to 20 miles per hour, but we've had some gusts, 30, 35, even close to 40. So that wind is going to be a little more on the gusty side through this evening, and we'll still hang on to that breeze as we go through the night tonight. So not expecting that wind to turn calm, and it'll pick back up tomorrow, gusting at times from the northwest at around 30 miles per hour. It felt sticky today, didn't it? It was amazing just how quick it started to feel a little humid with the southwesterly wind, and still a little on the muggy side, but look at these numbers in the 50s, those dew point temperatures. So we're back into the comfortable territory with our moisture levels here through the night tonight. So a night that you're able to leave the windows open, and you can continue with that into tomorrow morning. Notice our temperatures, though, for tonight. We're down into the 50s after we started off this morning in the 60s and the low 70s. Told you yesterday that those temperatures would be going up, and that's exactly what they did. We're in the mid and upper 70s tomorrow, but with the heating of the day, notice what happens. We build in some of the cloud cover for the afternoon and may get a sprinkle or two. There's not a lot of moisture in the air, but there's a lot of lift on the backside of that low pressure system. So that's what we may allow a few isolated sprinkles to pop up. High pressure moves in as we head towards our Wednesday night and Thursday. Futurecast wants to bring in some cloud cover Thursday afternoon. Not really sold on that. I think we'll stay fairly cloud free. We're back into the 80s then by the time we get into the weekend, upper 80s at that. That stationary boundary stays just to the north of us through the weekend and into early next week, and that could keep those temperatures in the 80s as we head into next week. So here's what the next 7 days looks like. 78 for tomorrow. It is windy. 79 on Thursday, up to 83 on Friday. Friday looks good. We're 1 degree shy away, guys, from 90 on Saturday, and then low to mid 80s into next week.
Now, the Napleton Sports Desk with Sports Director Scott Lever.
The NIU Huskies season could not have gotten off to a better start than it did Saturday. They had a dramatic comeback win in Georgia Tech. So what do we make of that victory? Well, for starters, it is an indication that they are an improved team. We expected that since they had one of the youngest rosters in the nation last fall. In week one, in 1 week rather now, the Huskies have topped their win total from all last season when they went 0-6. They are more experienced, they're deeper in talent, they have more bona fide playmakers, and they have a quarterback who can deliver in the clutch in Rocky Lombardi. That's what he did at Georgia Tech. His touchdown pass to Clint Ratkovich with 38 seconds to play pulled NIU within a point. He then completed a 2-point conversion pass to Tyrese Ritchie to win the game. And I love the gutsy call by Coach Hammock to go for 2 in the win instead of settling for the extra point that would have tied the game. Georgia Tech is not a top 20 powerhouse program, but it is an ACC program, and they have a 50,000-seat stadium, so this is an impressive win for NIU. I picked the Huskies to go 5-7 a week ago. I am sticking with that prediction. The arrow should definitely be pointing up for this program. Now, if only they can win at Michigan a week from Saturday. A little farther south, the Illinois State Redbirds are also off to a strong start. They ran at Butler Saturday night, 49-7. I was at that game. And Brock Spack continues to do a great job of recruiting talent. There's no one on this team who can take over a game like James Robinson could a couple years ago, but the Redbirds are very balanced on offense, and they also look strong on defense and special teams. This team has a lot of athleticism and strong play on the offensive line. The Redbirds have been looking to get back to the FCS championship game since 2015 when they fell just short. SPAC has a group that should be in the playoff mix this year. I'm not sure they're championship caliber, but they should have a very strong season. That's my take. We'll be right back.
Candace will have a final check of the weather in a minute.
But first, here's a look at what's to come on News Nation tonight.
Tonight on the DONLON Report, COVID takes a new form, sparking more fear and concern across the nation. We'll look at your chances of getting sick if you're vaccinated and one doctor's powerful message to unvaccinated patients. Now here's Leland Vittert with a preview of On Balance.
Thanks, Joe. Hunted by the Taliban, a pregnant American trapped in Afghanistan says she's being targeted. Now Congressman Darrell Issa shares his mission to get her out alive. That's coming up On Balance tonight, followed by News Nation Prime.
You can catch News Nation tonight on cable and satellite stations you see here. You can also head to newsnation.com.
Those storms that moved through were pretty solid, and in some spots produced some damaging hail.
Yeah, I mean, we had reports of ping-ponged, even golf ball-sized hail over northern Boone, McHenry County, Lee County had some reports. Someone said, yeah, I got a lot of dents in my truck from that. And yeah, that sizable hail is going to do that.
That'll leave a mark.
Yeah, exactly.
Well played.
Yeah, the things, though, for us tonight are going to be much more quiet. Temperatures in the 50s tonight. We're up to 78 for tomorrow, 79 on Thursday. It's a little windy tomorrow with some cloud cover for the afternoon, and then we're back into the 80s by next week.
Your bagel bites are done.
No, thanks.
Thanks, Candace.
Thank you for spending some time with us. Stay safe.